Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on. This is our very, very first Lifebook Lunch and Learn session. I'm really excited about this. A lot of us have been thinking about how we could maybe better support you guys as clients, but honestly, how to better support ourselves, because even as coaches, like, this journey never ends, you know? And even if we have lost weight, whether we have stopped and formed new goals, or maybe we've backtracked a little, like, it's so good for every single person to always kind of work on themselves. And so this first element is just kind of the fundamental start to how we're going to make really good changes to our mindset and how to navigate our journey going forward. Okay, so first of all, thank you guys for popping on. It takes guts to show up to these things. It takes guts to open up the Lifebook even. It takes guts to start the program. I felt like when I was going through the beginning of the book and the introduction even, and writing down my numbers and scores and taking my health assessment and all that, I thought, wow, this is so awesome to really put pen to paper and see where I am at now. And I guess it's been a long time, honestly, that I asked myself where I want to go from here. So anyways, thank you guys for being on and being gutsy, I guess. Okay, so element one, you guys, if you've opened it up and worked on it yourself this week, you know what it's about. It's about really knowing why you're here. And why is that important at all? I think that we hear people say that all the time. What is your why? Really tap into your why, be strong in your why. And it's like, what does that even mean? The whole point of this program is really to be intrinsically motivated. So you want to be self-motivated. And it's so important to know why you're in this. And it should never be for anybody else. It should never be because you're supposed to be here, or you're supposed to look a certain way, or you're supposed to feel a certain way, or you feel guilted into this. It should be because you want it, but you need to know exactly why you want it. So when I first went through this, I love how Dr. A talks about how we've all probably been on multiple different programs in our journeys to better health in our lifetime, and how we don't want this to be the same old story. We want this to be different. So it's really cool to sit down and ask yourself if you're actually ready. So hopefully you guys have answered that question, because we really want to awaken the reasons for being here. So the first question was why we're ready. And I wanted to look at my reasons for being ready were that I wanted to really have mental freedom. If you guys don't know my story, I have lost 40 pounds initially on program. I had a baby after that and lost the 40 pounds again. And now I've kind of drifted back up a little bit, maybe like 30 pounds or something lost, but it's irrelevant. The point is that I really want to move forward. I want to stop being complacent. I want to stop being comfortable. I really want to kind of turn the leaf into something else. So it's really important that you guys, when you're making your goals on why you're here, that you focus on the positive, not the negative. Okay, that's a huge thing. So rather than, you want to avoid saying, I don't want to feel disgusting. I don't want to feel uncomfortable in my jeans. I don't want to be out of breath. You want to think about the things that you actually do want. So when I'm going to work, I want to be able to take the stairs without feeling out of breath. When my kids are watching me make lunches and eat, they're seeing me have a healthy relationship with food. That was a huge one. What are the things that you want versus things that you don't want? So hopefully when you guys started to write down your reasons for starting, you are going to start to change the wording, okay? I also want you guys to start looking at yourself in the mirror differently. I want everybody in this who's starting out to really, we have been so ingrained to look at the negative and to critique everything and to feel shame and to compare ourselves to other people. I want that part to change. So if you guys are noticing this week, as you're really trying to discover your why, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and find something you love about yourself. I want you to say it out loud. I want you to admire something that you're doing, whether it's not even physical. Like, I want you guys to notice the non-scale victories, and I want you to start writing things like the things that you want versus the things that you don't want. That's a huge, huge habit to get into, okay? And it takes practice, just like everything. Okay. And the reason why we're doing that is because we don't want this to be a quick fix. We want this to be lifelong, okay? So we have to have a good reason to be the best version of ourselves. Dr. A talks about the power of wording and how it's really important to write down exactly, be specific, you guys. It's really, really powerful. What else was I going to say in here? So hopefully you guys wrote down your whys already. We were suggesting, it says in the book, write it down, whether it's in your notes section. I'm just going to mute whoever's on. Sorry. Okay. So write down your whys, like write them down in your phone, in your notes, so that you have it on your screensaver. Write it down on your vision board in your office, wherever you may be. Write it down on a Post-it and put it in the mirror in front of you. Because guys, life is tough. Life is tough. You're going to have stuff happen. You're going to have tragedy happen. You're going to have stress happen. You're going to have parties that happen. You're going to have family visiting. Like, this never ends. Life is never going to be perfect. So how are you actually going to navigate this journey when all those things happen? You have to know what your reason is for being here. So definitely have those things in front of you at all times so you can remember. It's a challenge. It's a way for you to actually stop and think, do I really want to make this decision? Because my reason for wanting to do this, my reason for wanting to be able to walk up those stairs and wanting to have a good relationship with food are stronger than my wanting to have this cake. Okay. So I was going to ask you guys, whoever's on, if you guys could maybe pop off and just come on to say, like, what was kind of a surprise for you or something that you thought was valuable this week when you were going through this element? Anybody?
Hi, Candace.
Thanks, Ashley.
I mean, I'm very similar to you because I've been on my journey for I started 5 years ago, so it's been a while since I originally started the whole why am I here bit. Mm-hmm. So like you, kind of thinking about what now, like why am I here now? What do I want? What's next? Not just I accomplished my goal and then you just try and stay there. That doesn't typically work. So it's similar to what you were saying, is sitting down, making new goals, new reasons why you want to keep moving forward. So that was good for me to do as well.
Yep. And how do you think it's going to make a difference, like, going forward?
I think it's just overall, if you're not moving forward, you're going backwards, right? You're not just going to stand still. So it's the little things like, maybe now that I have a better handle on nutrition, it's more so, okay, let's get more active. How do I do that? What does that look like for me? What do I actually enjoy doing, physically wise? Mm-hmm. Kind of just taking your health to the next level, not just, I accomplished my goal, so I'm just going to chill at this one space. Mm-hmm. For me, it's been a lot more, taking care of myself mentally, taking breaks, getting away by myself. So that's been a goal that I've been working on probably for the last year, is like saying no and like having some downtime, making sure I have some alone time. So that's been huge for me.
Awesome. That's helpful. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Okay. So one of the things too I really thought was cool that I noticed was as I was writing down some of the things that were specific for me, I noticed that it was not even about necessarily like my physical health anymore. And like you actually, it was more mental, but I realized how this exercise can really be applied to anything, not just my health journey. So, you know, why do I do any of the things that I do? You know, and why is it important for me, for my family? Is it because it's just a habitual thing that I've been doing? And like, it actually makes me stop and think about all the things that we decide as a family, my husband and my kids and I, like, you know, like what do we want for ourselves in our future and how do we change things? So I think this is just such a cool, valuable thing that we can learn early on, that will kind of be applied to our jobs, to our families, to our, you know, being, you know, clients and coaches. It actually just really builds confidence, right? So the more we learn how to make better choices based on our why, the more confident we become, and then the easier it gets. And this is really all about confidence. It's confidence in yourself and knowing you can do something and you can break the chains of things that you maybe did before that weren't successful. So we're all about breakthroughs here. We're all about being transparent. So if you guys, you know, that are not on right now and you're watching the playback, maybe you've just started and you don't even realize like the gravity of how cool the mindset stuff is with this program. You're about to see it. So please open this book. Please participate. Please be very honest with yourself and have fun. Have fun with this. This is not a drag. This is like, wow, it's like therapy. And this book is so incredible. So if you want to make this a lifestyle, if you really want to make your life different in lots of different ways, dig into this. And I dare you guys to spend like 15 minutes tonight and put your pen to paper and write down really specifically why you are here. Okay. And that is it. Does anyone else have anything else to say? No. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys popping on midday. Have an awesome one. See you next time.